Alrighty, people, we are back again today. this is we're on a roll here. This will be the fourth video, but it seems that two new people joined today because of the CTF team announcement, and I got on the team, and so that's why I'm doing this video. Just a quick, hopefully it's quick overview. You can see I got a channel down here, HLC team. We got this is general, both red and blue. And then we have a special one for the red, special one for the blue. For people that might want to specialize in one or the other or both or whatever. But you can see we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 people on the team already. Um, I might keep it open, for a month. Because these videos are announcing it and everything. And I might keep it open, and so it allows many people to see the videos and get a chance to decide if they want to join up on the team or not that are beginners. Remember, beginners, there's no, other than me, there's no need for anyone intermediate or anyone that's not a beginner getting on the team. That's not the purpose of the team. And the purpose of the team is not to rank on the leaderboard either. If we get there, that's great, that's awesome. But these are beginners. I mean, absolute beginners. Okay, they don't know what a terminal is. Well, see, yeah, a lot of them do, but that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people, especially because of COVID and everything else in the world. There's a lot of people that are forced to change careers, and they would like to keep the same money that they were making before, which they're looking for industries that are capable of doing that. And obviously, cybersecurity comes up. But the problem becomes, can they do it? Um, Especially when they know nothing about computers, let alone security. And so that's what we're doing here. At what point, are you no longer a beginner? Beginner intermediate, beginner advanced intermediate, I mean, we'll play it by ear. But yeah, there are people already there that have like there's people up here that are going through try hack me and hack the box and do it. So they're familiar with CTFs. They know what they're about and everything. But anyway, that's what I want to go over real quickly here. And I'm going to try to do this as beginnerish as I can. I'm going to think of as I'm doing things in the videos and stuff. I'm going to put myself in a beginner's shoe. A total. I mean, you understand. Some of you might laugh, but this is a total beginner that has common sense. Can think out of the box, because you're going to need that. I mean, you're going to need a certain level of intelligence, people. I really don't know what to tell you. You want to get in, to learn all reverse engineering and binary files and what hexadecimal and everything. You're getting ready to tread into an area that is just not simple. I can't put it any other way. Everything in it is going to require a certain level of comprehension and understanding. And I, I don't know what to tell you other than that. So yeah, if you're an average person in society, that goes through the day, you know uh, only doing what you have to do, and this industry is probably not for you. I'm going to tell you that right off the bat now, and you're going to see in a minute. I'm going to show you some things that even beginners wouldn't do, and this is why I'm doing this. This is like a total beginner, look at it, but with a little added, bonus to help you guys out learn and help you get more information out that you normally probably wouldn't get if you were truly an absolute beginner and you were doing what I'm doing for the first time. You probably wouldn't do some of the things I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to explain it to you as I go. Now, what brought this up is I did a CTF over the wire and see just to see what's out there. Now, I don't particularly like CTFs. I've never really done one. Um, but I'm going to go through them, because it's a way to, for someone to get hands-on experience. We did when I was coming up and learning hacking, and we didn't have stuff like that. We didn't have a YouTube, and you either literally learn something on your own, or you didn't learn. That was it. It was an either or thing. If it was an if else thing, no other way around it. There was no help. Yeah, if you knew what you were doing a little bit, you might find out that there's a forum board or bulletin boards, more like it, and there were chat rooms. You would probably use Merc as a chat client back then, and you learn a lot, through that. You learn how to customize Merc and you know make it look all pretty and everything, and do all that programming with the scripting language that was in it. And you're like, oh, this is cool. This is bitching. This is cool. I like messing with these programs and stuff and adding to them and stuff. Didn't know you could do this. And that's how we come along. We came along on our own, and a community helping each other out. That's all we had. That was it. But that's what we're going to do here. And you can see I watched this girl. You could not very much of it. It's all I could stand. Really was, I don't know, a minute and 30 seconds of her 16-minute video. Um, Getting started with capture the flags over the wire. But anyway, I've looked through some of these, and there's another one that I looked at, hacker exploit. But yeah, let's get on with it. I don't think I'm gonna need this anymore. Um, Someone said something. Let's see what they. Okay, we're talking some kind of children right now. Don't exactly know what's going on there. But anyway, let's first of all, let's go over to Overwire. Um yeah, we can skip the homepage and go to Bandit. So you can read through this. I can tell just by glancing at it. I mentioned man pages, Google. Just looking at it, I know. If you need help, use the man pages. If the man pages aren't helping you everything, then search it on Google. Just scanning it here. I don't see dorks. They could have said, learn dorks, learn how to use Google Dorks. It will help you narrow things down so you don't go down a huge rabbit hole. But they didn't do that. You're ready to start, begin at level 0. Good luck. Note for VMs. You may fail to connect overthewire.org via SSH with broken pipe error when the network adapter for the VMs is configured to use NAT mode. Adding settings. Really? We're going to mention IPQoS right here to beginners, huh? And the path to SSH config should resolve the issue. If this does not resolve your issue, the only option then is to change the adapter to a bridge mode. A bridge mode. We're assuming that these beginners know bridge mode too. Okay, a lot of assumptions here. Broken pipe error. A beginner is going to go broken. What's a pipe? What's a pipe doing in my computer? they're like, what does that even mean? VM, they might know. This right here, they definitely don't know. They have no idea about an IPQ SSH. Yeah, they might know what SSH is. They wouldn't know this path or anything, and they probably don't know how to edit that file either. Um, so this is what I mean by beginners getting lost. You you come over here. You want to do Bandit because everyone, someone on the forum board or Reddit or whatever, or a YouTube video told you this is the place to start because it's free. It's for beginners and everything, and it'll get you started. And they come out and they start reading it. They have no idea. They're like, man, we're into broken pipes, a bridge mode, a NAT. What is a NAT? I got gnats that fly around my face, but I mean, an IPQ. I have no even no don't even, I don't no clue what that is. You know, and I get they're like add a setting, add this to this. Well, okay, how do I get to that? And they're stuck. Well, let me think here. I'm going to show you guys what to do. We're going to use AI here, but we're going to use the one that I showed you guys a couple videos back. That's specifically for hacking. We're not going to mess with ChatGPT, although it looks like ChatGPT to an extent. Not exactly, but to a little bit. This right here, the whiterabbitneo.com. And, this is what I showed this in the past video. I haven't done anything to really, what exactly does cybersecurity entail and everything. I think I showed this like 2 videos ago or something. I showed you guys we were going to jump into this. Well, here we are. We're starting our dive down CTFs, and this is I'm not going to go very far. I'm not even going to start this yet. This is just for the beginners out there that are really, really, truly beginners and everything, and maybe for you other experienced people, you might get something out of this. But with that, let's go. Okay. First of all, I'm not going to worry about the SSH, the pipe, or anything. Right now, this is going to stump them the most. So I'm going to highlight this and go back here. And I always like to put my questions when I'm talking on any kind of AI. I put I put my questions in capital letters because that way it's easily when I'm looking at it when it's not formatted like this. Because I do cut all this out because I end up having a shitload of topics over here on various things. Well, actually, I can show you. Do I have it here? No, actually, I cut it down. This here can be completely full to where I'm scrolling. Um, you can see right here, Jordan Peterson on IQ. That's on that's my polymath YouTube channel. I'm going to pick on Jordan Peterson, um, because he's got this ego that he's stuck on these IQ lectures and seminars and pisses me off really. But but anyway, I got these here, and let me show you. And you see right here, I have these files. These are cut out. This is Chat GPT, but when they get really long, when my file, over here, when this sidebar gets real huge and everything, I export it out, and then I cut it up into, see right here, ARM64 M1 Apple, and that's all this is on right here. It gives, I haven't really done this one because normally I have it where it puts a date right here underneath it when I did it. So I'll have to go back and redo this one. But you get the point, and I could do it to, well, not, where would I go? And I could do it to this one. No, actually you can't. This one doesn't allow you to export. Yeah, clear history, that's it. This one won't allow you to export like ChatGPT does. But anyway, sorry for that digression, but I figured I'd show you guys what I do on the regular ChatGPT. But what are we doing anyway? Oh yeah, we're the IPQS. Now I got to put myself into the head of a beginner, and there's a million ways I could ask it. It depends on the person. It's like asking someone for their opinion. Um, you got 10 people in the room, and you ask them a question. Well, you're going to get 10 different answers because each individual person has a opinion. Well, it's the same way with how they would write a question. You're like, do you guys know what this is? And they're like, no. Okay, well, here's an AI. Ask it a question and try to get an answer out of it. And you're going to see 10 different people do it 10 different ways. So this is why it's hard for me to pretend to be a beginner to an extent, because there's no way you can really predict what they're going to ask it or how they're going to ask it. So therefore, I'm just going to go on my own, how I figure an average and, above average, a little, not really, a high IQ person, but a little above average person, with some creativity and openness in their mind and a little bit of common sense and logic will go about learning something. I mean, really, really serious about learning something. So here we go. And this gets into prompt engineering to an extent. I'm not going to cover that because that's a different channel. That's a different topic. That's a different video. I'm learning about CTFs. And I've been given instructions about if my connection doesn't work because of some pipe issue. I'm not sure what that is actually. Then I should edit my SSH config file to include that. How would I do this? And then here we go. To include that in your, okay, it's not telling me what it is. Oh, okay, well, that'd be next. Okay, so we're going to use Nano. I would use Vim, but again, preference, people. There's a lot of different ways you can edit it, the file. You can do it in a graphic user interface if you want, even in Kali. But, we want to look like we're hackers, So we use Nano or Vim. There's a souped up version of Nano that you can use. I'll get into that in another video. Same with Vim. You can customize Vim too. But anyway, open SSH configure file in text editor. Okay, how do you do that? Oh, there you go. You're sure. Okay, now you're confusing a beginner. To include in your SSH config file home.ssh/config. Now the person's going to go over here and they're going to look at this and they're not going to understand what's going on here because obviously this doesn't look anything like that. They're not going to know what the squiggly is. They're not going to realize that that's their home directory. And, they would be like, home directory, what's that? They're like, how? Okay, there's a main directory. Where's the actual, first directory in my drive? If I was to walk into my drive, where would I be? Well, you'd be at the root of your, okay, well, where's that? Well, that's just a slash. They're like, okay, well, what's this? Well, that's your home directory under your username. And they're like, no, I'm telling you. See, this is the stuff that beginners should go through because they're confused, but they don't. They are like, wait a minute, that doesn't look like that. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know how to ask for help. You know what? This is just too difficult. I'm just going to give up. I don't know what this is doing. I don't know what all this is. I don't know where I'm supposed to type this. You know what? I'm just going to say fuck it. And this is the path that beginners take. But what I'm showing you is what you should be doing. So back to what I was doing. So like, okay, home directory. So there's two directories. There's a main directory for the whole computer, and I have a home directory. Why do I have to have a different directory for home? Why can't I just use the main? This is my computer. I'm going to be the only one using it. Why do I have to have a separate, you know, direct? They don't know these things. So that's one issue. We still don't know what this actually does. I'm assuming. Save the file. How do you save it? Um, Save the file, close the editor, press Control S, then Y. Okay, depends. There's other ways to close it, but you know, again, that's getting into another. This will include in your SSH file, which may help resolve connection issues related to pipe issues. Still didn't tell me what pipe is. However, it's important to note that still don't know what that's about. Is a specific configuration option for certain network devices and may not apply to all systems. Now the beginner's really going, oh wow. If you're not having connection issues, you may need to troubleshoot. Okay, wait. I'm a beginner. How am I going to try? What are we doing here, people? Don't you realize that I'm a beginner here just by the simple fact of me asking you this question? You're supposed to be an AI. You can't figure that out? How do I know how to fucking troubleshoot? The issue further by checking your network configuration, firewall settings, and other potential causes. Okay, how am I supposed to understand my network configuration and firewall settings? How do I even get to them? Oh my God. See, this is the problem that beginners have, really true beginners that don't know nothing. I'm talking about here. We all started somewhere in this. So we all, we're at this point where we didn't know jack about nothing. We didn't even know what a terminal was. Oh, open the terminal. Okay. uh, what is that and where is it? How do I open it? Um, yeah, we've been there. So let's go. This is bugging us, right? What exact me typing exactly is that, and what does it do? Question mark. Does it only pertain to networking and specifically NAT? I'm going to put that in there because it looks good. The other tab over there, Overwire, mentioned NAT. Um, does it pertain to networking specifically NAT? And what is the difference between bridged and NAT? Let's see what we get. Okay, it's a configuration option. Cool. Awesome. I guess that's why we're in the SSH config file. But is it strictly for SSH or is it for other networking utilities? When you include your SSH config, okay, so it is. I think it tells the SSH client to use specific throughput for outgoing traffic. This can be useful in scenarios where you want to ensure that SSH traffic has a higher priority or higher throughput than other network traffic. Now, if you're logically thinking, you know, you're like, okay, well, I was just supposed to SSH into the server, but there's priorities here. You know, now they're like, okay, apparently this networking is more sophisticated than I thought. I thought you just typed in something and pew, it shot out to the internet and it either made it to its destination or it didn't. But apparently there's a lot more going on. Um, then we get the difference between bridged and NAT. Okay, and there's a configuration option for Linux. Okay, so now we know specifically for Linux. Um, so yeah, I'm going to be confusing. Well, see, it's hard to tell. When I was coming, this would have confused me because when I was starting, I was literally doing what I'm showing you people now. This is how I would learn. This is why I self-taught myself. because as I'm reading things, I'm thinking automatically for my next question. And, like right here, there's a configuration option for Linux. Okay, so it's only for Linux, not Windows or anything. This is what I'm doing, two things at once when I'm reading. I'm not just reading in summary, blah, blah, blah. There's a configuration, blah, blah, Linux kernel allows you to, and then you get done and, you know, a minute later, someone asks you, oh, what did you just read? And you're like, um, I don't know, dude. I mean, I just read it, but, I forgot. um, yeah, this industry probably isn't for you, dude. You need to stay at home and watch Dumber and Dumber more, so you can get dumber and dumber because you're not quite fully there yet. But see this. I'm gonna stop it right here, guys. This is almost beginning to annoy me. But this is how you should be doing it. Question, question, question everything. If something doesn't make sense to you, this is what AI is here for. And yes, it can be stupid, but you know what? It spits out what it receives. If AI spits out a stupid answer to you, I don't want to hurt your feelings here, but that means you asked a stupid question. You didn't clarify your question enough for it. If you ask it a general question with no guidelines, it's going to give you a general answer in the ballpark. Now, is that the ballpark that you're in or the ballpark that the city next to you has? It doesn't know. You didn't specify. You're in Cleveland. Well, it gave you an answer for the ballpark that's in New York. And you're like, well, I'm in Cleveland. And it tells you, well, you didn't specify that. So think about things before you do them. Does my question seem logical? Am I asking the right thing the right way? Am I putting it in the right context? Because AI doesn't think like we do. AI thinks binary. If this is true, then this. If not, then this. It's if else statements or switch statements. That's the intelligence that computers has. They basically have transistors in them. It either goes one way or it has to go the other. Then there's no in between. And as humans, we don't have that. We have the ability to think outside the box, and that's what makes us unique. That's what makes us different than animals, and a lot of other things make us different than animals. But you get the point. Um, you know, this right here, the IPQ OS. If it bothers you, right here, ask it. Hey, what the hell does this mean? And what the hell is bridged in that? You know, and any other thing over here you got. And we're just getting started. Like I said, we haven't even started the level yet. And I'm going to be going through these on my own myself. You know, so I can help you guys. So I'm familiar with them, and I can help you guys as you go through them. And same with try hack me and hack the box and all that. I've said this before in previous videos, but yeah, that's all we're going to do. Here I'm going to try to help you guys out and getting through these CTFs, learning and doing some demonstrations and breaking things down the best I can for everyone, and in videos on the channel and for everybody else, obviously. Um, but yeah, I hope you guys like this journey, and well, one of them. That's why I named it CyberSecJourney. This is our CTF journey. I'm going to also have a bug bounty journey where people that are interested in bug bounty program. I'm not going to start, I'm just going to be doing bug bounty programs and explaining them as I go, if I can. I don't know if there's restrictions on HackerOne or anything for doing videos, like a walkthrough on a bug bounty or something. I'm sure there's private stuff you can't show or anything, but I'll play that by ear and see what I can get away with and what I can't and all that. If not, then we'll do we'll work around it. I'll show you other ways. But with that, guys, I think I'm done with the videos for a bit. You guys got enough videos for a little while now to hold you over. And we will see you guys next time.